Hello comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe. So today we're going to talk about Wolverine #2, which just came out on Wednesday. Now again, to recap issue #1 if you didn't know what happened, issue #1 of this basically starts on Wolverine being blasted open. You just see him, head gotten blasted somehow, his ribs sticking out. And you find out through the first issue that this gentleman has this alien looking gun and is going crazy shooting people. And he has a son, and when he's about to take out more people and his son, Wolverine takes him out. And then his son somehow picks up the gun, and the gun controls him, and that's how the issue ended, with Wolverine wanting to stop the kid. So the second issue, not a lot happens in this issue. There's not a whole lot to talk about. It just basically starts off showing some criminals and some cops, and you find out they're mind controlled by somehow similar stuff like this. And that's all you see. At least a hint of it, and that's all you see. And then you get back to Wolverine trying to chase down this kid with the gun. He doesn't want to take out the kid like he did his father. He just wants to separate the gun from the kid. And so they go on this chase, a little banter back and forth. And then the thing shoots Wolverine different ways to try to experiment on him, because he knows Wolverine's not ordinary. He's figured out, he can heal quickly. And then they have this little banter on top of this rooftop when he gets up there. Now, this kid with the gun, alien gun, throughout this issue is just blasting people left and right, disintegrating people left and right. So Wolverine gets on the roof, and it makes a statement to him that, basically, why do you pretend to be ordinary when you're not? You're like us, you're wearing a disguise. And Wolverine basically states, difference is mind control, and that I'm in control of what I do. And so basically, all that ends, and eventually the kid jumps off the building. Wolverine jumps, saves him. They land on the ground. The kid gets separated from the gun. And this is where what happened in the first issue comes into play, since the kid saw his father get taken out by Wolverine. The kid's sitting on an ambulance stretcher, and Wolverine, says, kid, and the kid, where's my daddy, what happened? And then he remembers what happens. He sees Wolverine, he starts crying. So that's where the last issue obviously comes into play, and Wolverine feels horrible, for what he did. Which is another thing he told the entity when they were talking, when it was control the kid. It was like, how come you so easily took out his father, but you don't want to hurt the kid? And he said, it wasn't right for me to take out his father. It wasn't right for me to take out the father. And no, I don't want to hurt the kid either. And then it gets control of another guy, and as it's shooting people, Nick Fury shows up, takes him out, and it ends with Nick Fury and Wolverine together, going to go try to hunt down this gun. Because at this point, after this guy gets taken out, so this gun has been picked up by people throughout the issue, and at this point, for some reason, the gun just flies away. No real explanation why. I don't know. I guess it can't fire unless it controls somebody, but it just flew away. And then as Nick Fury and Wolverine are sitting there, the Watcher shows up. And when the Watcher shows up, that means something big's supposed to happen. So that's it. There isn't much to talk about this comic. It was basically a setup for issue 3, more or less. So now I will show you guys some of the comic book. Okay, guys. So once again, here's the cover of Wolverine 2. Basically just the kid with a gun shooting at Wolverine. And, this is just a quick panel with the kind of hinting that these guys are also controlled by like the same kind of alien tech. And basically, here's a scene where basically the gun is just taking people out left and right. It's just taking out people. It doesn't care. It's just experimenting. And like here's where it basically experiments on Wolverine, shooting with different things. And then this is where like the red dot gets in his arm. And there isn't much else to talk about. Just him and the kid, until you get to this point where Nick Fury shows up. Simple again. And this is weird. Okay, so he shoots the guy, and then the gun just flows away. Just flies away for some reason. And then basically, the ending is basically the Watcher showing up. Again, I like the artwork in this book. It's just one of those books where it's more a chasing around, setting up for the next scene, setting up, kind of the history, like how Wolverine and this alien tech, are getting to know each other, and for the next issue. So that's basically it, guys. This Comic Book Cafe, a really short one. So I will see you guys soon for talk about another comic book. Bye for now.